Yo, what is up, guys? We are back with another Curated Heat podcast powered by XSET. Today we have two very special guests, some local legends, entrepreneurs, and one of them is actually a semi-pro football player, potentially, looking at how you put it. Thank you guys so much for coming on the pod. I'm actually going to push it to y'all. Give the people your introductions, what you do, how you got started with your stuff, and let's get some info going, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I mean, obviously, Jake, the celebrity here, you should kick it off first, and then I'll follow you.
Yeah, since I'm the actual local, Jake Holsinger, grew up here in St. Pete, the real side of the Bay. We all know that. This one grew up on the other side, not so good side in Tampa. But, yeah, we started Berg Media and just did a video for y'all today, so figured we'd kick it on a podcast.
And thank you guys so much for that.
We appreciate
really
it.
excited to see the finished product, and we're looking forward to like showcasing our store because we've been open 6 years now, and still a lot of people don't even know about us in the St. Pete area. So we appreciate you guys coming through.
Which is crazy because honestly, I didn't know about y'all either. But different scenes, but stepping inside your shop, it's like it's so dope. Honestly,
we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, well, let's start with Will, and why don't you give us a rundown of kind of like your background, what you did before you linked up for this company, and then kind of give the introductory to how you guys decided to start this media company.
Yeah, honestly, it's hard to pick out where to actually start, but I was a business owner myself, brick and mortar like you guys, owned a couple of gyms up in Tallahassee, and that's why walking in the shop and meeting y'all, it's like nostalgia blast from the past because it was me and my best friends at the time. We did it and had our dogs out there, golden retrievers. So we had all the stops, and it was so much fun. And then sold it. You know, life started happening. We're getting married. So I was like, I'm going to come back to my hometown. Obviously, that was Tampa for a bit. But then commercial real estate was wild over there. I know, right? And I came to St. Pete, and I was just like, this is sick. Like, everything about St. Pete just jumped out to me. And I was like, I'm moving here, so I slowly sold the whole family on coming here, and I was going to build a massive gym here, and then COVID happened. So I'm like, all right, best not to do that. But all along the way, even with my best friends doing the gym thing, I was the marketing guy. So I started playing around with the cameras, and then when COVID happened, I really dived into that because I had to bring my whole business online. Fast forward a couple of years, and I'm better at playing with the cameras and making content than I was in my own business.
Yeah, like, you had some. It seems like you had some time to toy around with it. Right?
He also skipped over the fact that he was an Instagram model doing the fitness stuff. He had the six pack going, and he was doing. You know, he the first 3 seconds always had to have the shirt off to get people's attention.
Well,
you know,
the fitness industry is huge. So,
crazy.
It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But don't get him on that. You have to be on steroids. You have to. I mean, the physique you have to have in order to. It's just
at that level. Yeah,
it was crazy. Yeah, and it was dope, and I was doing it all natural. So like the adherence to a healthy lifestyle was crazy. You know, you're just like foregoing a lot of like fun stuff, which sometimes, you know, I'm on the other side and not being as healthy as I should be now. But either way, it was like, hey, I need more balance in here. And, you know, I'm a guy for good deals, economics. So I traded the 6-pack in for a keg now. I need to knock up.
Haven't we all, brother?
As all of us usually do.
Dad life.
Except for this guy, dude. This guy's looking,
I know, he's the
crazy
most.
in shape.
You wouldn't think so with his fucking Friday videos. But yeah, so I was doing that. And then funny enough, my fiance and I were at Icon, what's now Camden Central, and I was down there making my fitness videos, you know, camera on the tripod, which you look back and you're just like, oh, you hate to even see those videos. But honestly, it's what got me started off in content. And there was 100 people that came by and they were like, yo, I'll help you make content. And like, no one ever panned out. And so there's Jake one day, and I'm like, same thing he says, and I'm like, no, you won't. Like, yes, you're not going to help me out. And then Jake just kept coming around, and then before I knew it, we just became friends, and I showed him a few things about making content. And now look at us today. I make zero content, only content for other people, and Jake's the influencer now taking on the flag world.
Yeah, I mean, everything I learned was from him, and you know, I tried doing stuff a long time ago. Back with Schultz, I was putting up my phone, doing a podcast about sports and stuff, and it was
gaming. I remember when you guys dropped that.
I knew nothing about. I mean, I had Dre come into my office one time randomly, and he had a camera, so he was filming us one time, and it was pathetic. But that's where we started. I didn't know anybody that knew how to do all the stuff. So I met Will, and I'm like, all right, I'm a younger dude. He left out the part where he met me in the gym he said Icon. It's an apartment complex downtown St. Pete. So we lived in the same apartment complex, and obviously both of us work out. So we were down in the gym. He's like, damn, who's that better looking swole and
that
fit,
ginger
and
guy.
fit wife? What's going on over there?
Yeah.
So
I need to talk to them.
so I saw him, started talking to him, picking his brain, because that's what I do with everybody. If you know me, you know. And so I was super serious about learning about it, and here's this guy that does it and has been doing it. So I kept going, and so yeah, we kept that relationship going. We both could, like-minded people too, right? So we both were entrepreneurs, and want to be entrepreneurs at the time, right? Still kind of.
Are we?
Are we all right?
Yeah.
We're still moving and going with it. So. And we had a couple ideas. We were doing different things, and they didn't quite pan out. Did we go all in? No, not really. But kept going, and then got to the point where I started doing my own content. And the difference between us is now and I joke about this all the time. He's the cinematic guy. He makes the shit look good. Like, that's just what he does. I'm the analytics. I want to know what gets people's attention. What videos work? What are the hooks? I care less about how
watch yourself over here.
Exactly. I care less about the quality of the video. And if you just look at my Instagram, you can tell that some videos are dope quality wise. Some are zoomed in on an iPhone, right? It doesn't matter.
The dope quality ones are the ones he helps
ones that he helps out with. Exactly.
We haven't done too much flag stuff.
So yeah, so I started doing my own content stuff, and then eventually we were like, look, he was working for a big defense contractor doing all their media, and it's like, hey, there's a lot of people that don't know how to do this stuff, especially locally. Let's help out, small businesses in the area that need that. And so we looked around, didn't see too much as far as competition goes, and started pushing it. And yeah,
it's honestly awesome too, because just something I can tell you from experience with the shop is I have had. And you know this, so many people come in here and like, oh, hey, who does your marketing, whatever, and I don't tell them I do it. I just go, oh, like we have a friend, whatever. I want to hear what they're going to say. They're like, oh, well, for $50,000, we can do this and do that. And I'm just like.
A whole media package
like,
for
brother,
the year or something. Yeah.
We're a local business. If I'm spending $50,000, it's on Supreme and Vintage, brother, to make $50,000. So to know that you guys, not only can help people, but have different maybe packages for like more affordable pricing, that's huge, because even when you guys came to us and I didn't hear any crazy keywords like $10,000, $20,000, stuff like that, because bro, there's a huge need for what you guys are doing. And the fact that obviously none of us can do what we're doing for free, or else it wouldn't sustain, but the fact that you are not a big entity who necessarily doesn't care about who they're doing stuff for, as long as they're getting that check, that is massive, especially when you're working with small business and stuff like that. So I do appreciate you guys.
I wanted to ask this. I know that this is probably like, this all kind of coming to fruition has been happening for some time, but this is somewhat of a new venture, right? Like you guys are kind of now just starting to roll out like what you offer and the products to people and stuff like that.
Somewhat. So
new venture for you guys together is what he.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But we've been working on it this past year, and I would say the way we ended up here is awesome, because like we just met businesses where they were at. We were like, approached it from what's your budget, and then reverse engineered how we can provide the most value, because I'm a former brick and mortar business owner just like you guys. Right. And Jake gets the deal too. And there's a couple of issues. The main one with content is finding that balance between what you're paying for and what you're getting in terms of quality and in terms of the amount of deliverables, right? So finding that sweet spot in the Venn diagram is one thing. And then two, when you're making content to the quality that we are, we're using some cinema cameras, stuff like that, flying drones. These guys make amazing videos, right? And then you post it to social, and then there's black bars on the top and the bottom.
I can't stand that.
Exactly.
Dude.
But anytime you get something really, really like made well, that's what happens. And so Jake and I came together, and we're like, we got to be the first ones to really make our name with high-end vertical video.
And were you okay with that in the beginning when I told you that?
No, I mean, obviously not, because these cameras and these drones, you get them that we're using, and they're set up one way. So
he's just a big horizontal guy, like, and most cinematic people are, right?
Right.
But
I feel like most film is
correct
horizontal.
But
yeah.
there's a new wave, right? It just is what it is.
Well, if I were to get artsy on you and you give me the floor for a second, it completely changes the storyline when you go from having the orientation be horizontally inclined. You're taking in landscapes, you're taking in the world a completely different way. When you turn it around, then you're looking at things from a person storyline, which it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you go into making it, when you approach a room, when you approach an interview setup, when you approach, videoing anything, it changes the game. So we had to go buy a new camera rig so we can get everything oriented the right way. And it definitely was a bit of a learning curve, but then like we're starting to really get into it. And this shoot was awesome. I mean, when we set it up in your shop, and it's like the perfect aspect ratio for this, it's pretty sweet to walk away and go in your editor and be like, man, this looks fire. But it's a learning curve.
How many times did he hit you with the, or I should say you hit him with the, dude, just zoom it in, it'll be fine. And he goes, dude, it's going to compress. We're going to lose quality.
And then what you'll find if you're shooting everything horizontal, when you do zoom in, a lot of times the face will take up the majority of the screen. And it's hard to edit and crop, and then a lot of people
don't even talk about B-roll
when they're the B-roll aspect of things. And then a lot of times, I don't know if you guys will notice, what people will do with these clips is they do eye tracking. So I'm not sitting still. When you talk, you're not sitting still, and that engages. So they'll eye track on certain parts that they want people to focus on, and when you do that, you have to zoom in even more. So it's like that's when you have those issues. So you shoot it vertically, which we're not, but it's okay, because this is, I don't know how many clips
YouTube, and then so we do get vertical short form, but for what it is,
that's what's hard.
This is fine for what it is,
right?
Because we have great editors. They've helped us with like the settings for the camera, stuff like that. And actually, the camera A that's on us is more wide angle.
Perfect.
For that reason.
Yep,
because
absolutely. Yep.
that was huge for us in the beginning. We told our producer, we were like, look, man, I mean, if we don't get a wider angle, when you guys go to zoom in, it literally looks like a fucking TV from 1991.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do,
Well, we know that game so well, and you're either good at both or you're excellent at one. And for us, like if a client asks us to make something horizontal, bro, I'll switch my camera rig around and we'll make it happen. That's easy. But Jake and I, at this point with Berg Media, we're on a mission to become the premier vertical video agency, bringing like documentary style, like quality content to local businesses.
That sounds, that sound of that just...
Yeah.
That's
a great
say
pitch.
that one more time? Premier
documentary quality.
No.
content.
What was
it?
Premier vertical video agency.
Vertical video agency.
You guys should slap that.
I love that.
At the
VBA.
Yeah,
I love that.
I'm thinking an ass tattoo for Jake.
Will's good at those taglines.
Get a million views, get an ass tattoo.
Yeah.
I do have one question for you guys. So, like, I know you, like, with the video stuff was kind of experimental at the beginning. So do any of you guys have, like, a background with school for, like, marketing or videography or anything like that? Or is all of this kind of self-taught?
YouTube you, baby.
Okay.
Yes, sir, brother.
YouTube
Bro.
you.
Yeah, absolutely. YouTube.
But, bro, it's
college on
crazy.
video, yeah.
So we were... to take you, Jake and I have done a lot of stuff in our short time together. We were making this one show. It was on YouTube. It's called Fit or Flop, and it was pretty dope. Like the concept, we would sample like other famous people's training programs when we do them, and we'd like rate them and stuff. And it's funny. You thought you'd have like these crazy transformations, but like you realize that your body doesn't change that much over time. But
especially naturally.
So like it was a cool program.
Facts.
Yeah. To do, but there's like wasn't crazy transformations, even like a month. So and then like making the content took forever. But I remember like really wanting to like give it a go. Thus the origins of like really great quality. And Jake was like, bro, you can do it. And I was like, I'm not there. And he's like, no, you could do it. So Jake, funny enough, was like the one that got me kickstarted. And then I got into it and I got the bug bad, man. And before you know it, I was like doing commercials for roofing companies. And then fast forward a few years, I've been like the guy in charge of doing all sorts of commercials and video shoots for a major defense firm over here. I would once a month fly to some crazy spot around the nation, and I would fly drones inside, outside, do it. So I say all that just to say, like, if you learn something on YouTube, like that's not lesser. It's however you retain the content, man. It's can you go get after it?
Brother, I couldn't agree with you more because a little side note, which this is just personal. I don't actually even put any of this stuff out, but I've been actually making music through like
let's
through
go.
programs and stuff like that. It started with like rap beats and shit like that, but then I kind of got into like electronic music.
Yeah.
More so for the technical side of it because I was so bored with do you guys remember Fruity Loops? You ever hear of that, Fruity Loops?
I make music on the side too.
Yeah, you told me. So
Yeah.
so basically this is just a computer program where, you know, you click in stuff to a metronome and then whatever. And I was so bored with making like a 10-track like rap beat or whatever. I was like, okay, well, let me look into something else. And then I was like, okay, EDM is fucking crazy because you need like 100 tracks, 5 different hi-hats, 10 different drums, whatever. And I was like, fuck, dude, like, where do I go from here? So I went on YouTube, and dude, this was probably like, I don't know, 9-10 years ago. And now I can make stuff that, you know, at least my friends and family tell me is good. I don't know.
No,
maybe we'll put
some of
shit out there.
it's pretty darn good. I'm not gonna lie, and it is pretty crazy. Like I've sat and like I don't know, just been like a listening ear and like giving my input and stuff, and like layering some of those tracks. And I mean, you have to have access to like certain sounds and like kits and stuff like
Programs
that too.
and
But
stuff
yeah,
like that.
to make higher quality stuff at least.
But what I was getting at by that, thank you, I appreciate the glaze there as well. But what I was getting at by all that is, I learned 100% of that from YouTube.
Yep.
I did,
and I remember
don't know shit about music theory, which people are gonna fucking sauce me on that one. Oh,
sure.
dude, you don't know how to.
You don't
No,
need to know
dude, I
that.
don't.
It is crazy though. I'm a big believer of like, not that you need a piece of paper, but if you crush enough YouTube, like they should give you a degree at some point. You know, it's like
It's crazy hearing you say YouTube you because, bro, I swear to God, how many years ago was it where I said I wanted to write a book,
yeah,
which I could barely write or read, but I wanted to write a book called YouTube University, and I basically wanted to convey that nowadays you do not necessarily need school. I'm not saying like I'm anti fucking college or anything like that. But bro, I remember one of my boys, he was doing electric work, and this was actually, he was involved with the shop early on. He was doing electric work. And he was like, bro, I don't know how to do half the shit I'm doing. I was like, well, how do you do it then? Because that's electric work. That's fucking crazy. And he goes, oh, I just pull it up on YouTube and then I just do it. And I'm like, Jesus.
It
dude.
truly is amazing. Like you see it all the time. I mean, there's all these channels too. It's crazy how YouTube has like outlasted, you know, its time. Like it's grown so big. I think people watch more YouTube than they do like television these days.
Oh, yeah.
Or cable for sure.
Yeah.
I don't.
The common denominator with all this at the end of the day is you have to do it.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
Oh,
do
it
it.
all- it
You know
all
what I'm saying?
starts
So
with
like
you.
the
Yeah.
YouTube, yes, that it helps you because you know
It's
you
a
have
building
different-
block.
right?
It's still putting the time and effort
like
into
when I
something.
was first starting to do my edits, like I knew nothing. I mean, he'd help me with that. Oh, download Final Cut Pro. Okay, fine, you know, and that's where I'd start, and then got me onto DaVinci and all this other things. And if you don't do it, you won't learn it, right? And so
Yeah,
just
facts.
that constant doing instead of talking about doing it, which is what a lot of people do. Like that's it, and then you learn, you move on, you learn, you move on. You get stumped, you go to YouTube, or now there's a lot of SEO on TikTok. People will SEO on TikTok, same thing, you know, just
Oh, dude,
how do
yeah.
you do this,
Definitely.
blah blah blah, you know. And so yeah, it's just if you do it, and you learn it.
Yeah, and all we're talking about really is like art, right? And like 90% of artists fall in this category. Like they're not classically trained or anything. I mean, that's a music term, but it's just all about can you bring the heat or curate the heat.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
there you go.
I do want to touch on football being a huge part of Jake's life and flag football. And I want to say something, and I mean no disrespect by this because I was completely wrong. But when you first started putting out the mic'd up videos of you playing flag football, right? I came across them one day, and I was like, this dude's
Cringe.
micing himself up. Not even cringe. It wasn't even like that. I was
Sure.
like, this dude's micing himself up playing flag football. I was like, do people do this? And then, dude, maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later after that, I saw another video had like an insane amount of response. And I was just like, well, why not? Fuck it. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know, so I wasn't hating or nothing like that. I was just like,
I get it. Trust me.
I was like, is this for fun or is this more like, you know, are you trying to do something with it? And then I saw that it actually took off, and I was
Yep.
like, which just goes to show, like,
Don't
bro,
listen to anybody.
people
Take
there's-
risks.
There's
Do what you
people
wanna
that
do.
told us, you know, oh, you guys are selling what? You're selling used shit, like
Yeah.
what? And
Yeah.
I was like, well, no, it's not really like that. And I'm trying to explain myself to them. And I'm just like, what I'm trying to get at by this whole thing is, don't listen to the outside noise, the outside people. And then, of course, you're going to get people, not saying me, because I'm actually a fan of what you do now. I think a lot of the stuff, especially the funnier videos of, like, you talking shit and shit. I'm like, it reminds me of us on Arc Raiders, honestly. Like, you're over here talking shit, burning people, showing fucking. So just do it. Like, if you want to do something, do it. If it doesn't work out, on to the next thing. It doesn't make sense to listen to the kind of outside noise, which I'm sure, like, we certainly have. Have you had to deal with any of that with maybe friends or closer people?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I just literally was talking to someone yesterday. I worked at Outback with them. And
I worked at Outback. Shout out.
Oh, there you go.
One of my best friends, same thing too.
I used to steal ranch from them motherfuckers, dog.
But like she mentioned how she followed me, and I was like, oh no, please just mute me or something. She goes, no, I unfollowed you, don't worry. And I'm like, good, because it's just one of those things. It's not for her. Exactly.
Yeah,
like that's what it comes down to, and that's usually what happens, because we have our personal stuff, and then you turn it into something else. Which for me, everything I do is there's a purpose behind it, and the whole flag football was just literally practice. I talked about doing the edits. It was literally practice.
But it actually took off, dude. You got like millions of views.
And I got to that point at some point, but I started to learn how to edit from him, and then I was like, I need to do some of my own stuff. And you see videos of other people doing mic'd up. I saw a bunch of people at the gym just micing themselves up at the gym, and at one time that was going crazy on socials. So I'm like, okay, hobbies, just mic it up. The other aspect of it is some of the biggest issues with content creators, and the reason why they all burn out is because they have to create an idea for every single video. And that is very taxing. You have to sit down, think about what you want to do, how you're going to shoot it, blah, 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 blah. For this, I always told myself, like, this is a way for me I literally put a mic on me. I go out and play football. Yeah. And the creativity comes in when I'm editing the next, like, later on, because it's like, now I'm just watching, seeing what I'm saying, like, oh, that's funny. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do that. But the effort is not, there's no effort other than put somebody, with an iPhone, put a mic on and just play and just be you. And so that was kind of like the philosophy behind, the flag football videos. And it was all just for practice. So I know how to edit, so that when we have this Berg Media company, I can help Will out with these edits with certain things, and kind of go from there. Now, the other point that I did want to make about the whole football thing, the only reason I have stuck with the football, and the only reason I have been confident enough to do these and fight through all those hate comments and this is because I was confident with my ability to play football. And I did play at a high level. So when I was posting these videos and these people were saying, oh, what the hell are you doing? I was confident with myself, like, I know what I was doing. You don't know what you, like, which is a lot of the comments, right? People think they know, but they don't really know.
And I feel like that is a little easier to do because you're doing what you love to do.
Correct, exactly.
So,
And so, like the first couple, it's like, what the fuck is this dude doing? Go get a job.
I've been really proud at Jake's like bravery to push past these like 12-year-old kids' mean comments.
Actually, on Facebook, it's a bunch of the 55-year-old white dudes that are like, go get a job, and it's like, I want to be like, brother, I'm making way more than you in my day job, dude, and it's still doing all this other stuff.
And are you the type of guy that loves to like read through all your interactions and comments and stuff?
I do. I scroll through. I do. I scroll through them, and I definitely got to the point where like I don't even respond to most of them. But then there'll be random nights where I'll be drinking some wine at home, just chilling. I'm just like, all right, let's look at some of these comments, and then I'll just go at one of them, and it creates engagement, of course, too. So you have to have that fine balance between.
Any comments are good comments.
Exactly.
We learned that because we didn't know that at first. I was, and he can attest to this because my little anxious brain. We'll post. This doesn't really happen much anymore. I'm sure it will now that I'm fucking talking about it. Mm-hmm. But we would post shit every once in a while, and we'd be getting some good love, and then we'd get like one asshole that posts some fuck shit, and I'd call up Frank. I'd be like, bro, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what did I like? Is this too expensive? Or like, why does this guy hate this shit? And Frank's like, what the fuck? He goes,
shit.
fuck that idiot. What are
Yeah,
you talking about,
exactly.
dude? And I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, you're
I mean,
right.
I'm the type of guy that does love to like see what's going on. I like to read everything, take everything in, but I just mentally, I'm not the type of guy that like
It doesn't
lets
get
it
to
me.
us
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
It used to in the beginning, which I'm sure, I'm sure in the beginning you were like, well, I'm putting myself out there, and these people who don't even fucking know me or even know about football or anything are just typing some bullshit, and I want to go to every one of their houses like Jay and Silent Bob and beat the shit out of them. And then you get to the point where you're just like, brother, I'm good.
Yep.
We're good.
Yeah.
You got to figure
Like,
that
dude,
shit out.
when we first started doing this, like we would record and do it, and I'm like, bro, I hate how I look on camera. Hate how I sound. Like I feel like everyone when they hear their voice like on camera,
It's
like,
awful
a
at
couple
first,
times. It's
yeah.
like just hate it. Like
Yeah,
I don't,
second
and you just get
nature.
past those type of things. Like
Yeah, and then throw on top with my flag stuff. Throw on top that I'm playing flag football. I'm short, white, and I look unathletic. So like this is just easy target. Every single comment.
But I feel like
right?
on the other side of that coin, there's got to be some people who are like, oh, dude, this short dude just like, you know, whatever, just went up over this fucking
Absolutely.
6'5" guy, mossed him, burnt him, you know?
Yeah, you got some fans out there.
No, you become, you know, relatable, and that's the thing with it. But yeah,
Neighborhood hero, brother.
You get through it, and it's been fun, and so yeah, we've been rolling ever since.
Yeah, Jake, I will say we are very like similarly wired in a lot of ways, but then we also kind of deviate. But I got to give it to him. Like to do any sort of content or build a brand, like it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of drive, and then you got to like turn off the negative stuff, and you know, it's a game. You get in there and you are in it, and that's one of the things that I wanted to walk away with after a while doing content. Like I love the film and the creative side of it, but then like, dude, I kind of have like a compulsive brain where I'll be sitting there like looking at analytics. You know, I try not to. I'm like, oh, like trying to shop out solutions. Like you're a big solutions guy, and we try to bring that to our clients, right? Like what is gonna generate organic reach, so then we can turn into paid reach and things like that. But social media is a grind, man. So I got to give it to you.
And that's been our biggest, you know, selling point is like, look, both of us did it personally. How many marketing firms actually have people in there that have edited and filmed videos that get views for themselves on a personal level consistently? Not many.
I mean, most of the time they're coming into your place of business and they're reading, you know, a memorized script. And when I say, oh, we're good, they go, oh, fuck, what was that rebuttal?
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
I'm like, brother, how about you just talk to me like I'm a human being and maybe we can figure something out? And they're just like, I'm like, oh, also like, you know, what software do you guys use? What demographics do you guys push to? Like well, I remember this one guy brought in, and I don't want to like just
out him,
have this thing going forever and out this guy, but oh boy, I was like, how do you guys, how would you, you know, push us? What kind of demographic would you guys, you know, push us to? And this guy looks at me dead in my fucking face and goes, oh, well, we'll push you guys to pretty much everyone in a 40-mile radius. And I go, so how many of those people would I be paying for that wouldn't give a flying fuck about what we're doing? And he goes, oh, well, you know, the bigger net, the more you'll catch. And I go, brother, I don't think you understand. I literally do targeted demographic ads and ad campaigns, self-taught myself.
Yeah.
And it's already working fine for us. Like, if you're going to sell me. Don't just tell me some dumb bullshit, you know?
And at the end of the day, like when you're selling that product to people, and we did a lot of our stuff in-house, and we have talked about this before too, like I used to be more of like the financial like numbers guy, you know, and he would do a lot of the targeting ads and marketing, and I'd review our numbers and be like, bro, why are we spending this much on this stuff? And
he definitely said it just that kindly.
But right. But
what the fuck
when
is this?
When you're doing this, you want to see results at the end of the day. Like the quality and everything, it needs to be there. But if people are paying for a service, they want to see results. And so at the end of the day, like that's what people are looking for. And I feel like both of you guys bring so much unique things from like your both back, like your history with this other stuff that you've done, where you're the perfect team to kind of bring that to scale and give the people like the product that they want.
And what you guys are probably doing with your paid ad stuff, well, I'm sure you're taking some of the content that's done well and flipping that as well, but
that's
a lot of it's a lot. Oh, okay, so you don't do the guesswork.
I won't do any like T-shirt on the ground picture
Right.
and pay that. No, I'll take like let's say, you know, your guys' video. I would take something very high quality,
Yeah.
and I'd push it out, and then I have a couple kind of like pre-made, targeted
Perfect.
profiles.
Yep. So, and not a lot of people do that though. They'll do the bullshit and then they just spend money and then try to, you know, tinker with it. Whereas like it's the classic, look, push organic, find out what works organically, put a call to action and put some money behind it, and you will actually see, you know, numbers.
100%.
You know, so that's what we're pushing with everybody that we work with, and so and we're practicing it every single day. Well, at least I am on my personal stuff every single day. I mean, just a quick story on one of the videos I edited, like one of the socials. I posted the video, it got 300 views. I took it the next day. I was like, there's one part at the end that I love. I thought it was hilarious. And I was like, all right, I'm going to shave some of the beginning part off. I did a little tweak to the edit, put a little something on top. It got 7.6 million views, the same video the next day, just based on those different edits. So I'm constantly like doing
What was the video
tinkering. The video had to do
I love how he sets you up every time. He loves to set you up.
No, it's hilarious
man.
because
Gotta keep him honest.
literally this dude, and I had POV glasses, the meta glasses, and he catches the ball, runs, and I go to grab his flag, and nothing. And I look down at my hand and I go, I swear I got something. And the dude walks back and goes, it's my ball sack, buddy. And just dying laughing. And
My third leg. You
and,
grabbed, man.
and just blew up. And, you know, everybody loved it.
That's
And
perfect content.
That's when we knew Jake had made it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's honestly so funny, bro, how relatable our shit is because during the whole COVID time, me and a buddy of mine were actually doing just whatever. Like, I'm the type of person where I will do whatever. I'll try whatever, including hard drugs. No, I'm just kidding. But we were, you know, the only thing I wouldn't do, and I even still did a little of this, was like the bullshit, like dancing and shit. Because I just wanted to see if it would get in an algorithm or it would get us whatever. So I remember one day we were here. Shop was obviously closed, COVID, and I had my boy. I said, bro, go into your fucking phone right now. Find me any video that you have and just send it to me. I want to try something. He had a little POV video of a GoPro outside of his, what is it? He have M3 BMW or some shit. And he was driving down the road for like 20 minutes on this video. And I took, like you were saying, I took a small part of it where there's like a 4-way stop coming up. And I remember I posted that. It's probably like a 10-second video of him driving up to a 4-way stop. And I put in the fucking caption, guys, please be careful.
Oh, yeah.
This fucking video
Baited
had
him.
like 2-point-something million views, and I'm just like,
everyone in the comment section saying,
you're a piece of
Yeah,
shit.
screw
You're
it.
an asshole. What happens? I thought there was
That's
going to
just
be a
boosting
crash.
your video even more. All
So
that
then
interaction.
we ended up getting, you know, crazy amounts of followers, likes, all this shit on TikTok from that. And then I was like, okay, well, I obtained the knowledge of, you
Correct.
know, we're not going to keep on throwing these fucking bait videos
Right,
out. It also has nothing to do with our store. I was just trying to kind of obtain the knowledge and learn. So it's very funny how similar we kind of are, like you two and us too. So
you know what you need to do is, instead of y'all doing the dancing videos, get the young buck over here with the kid haircut, with the
fucking
flip,
blowout and the
flip.
zip-up shirt.
Get him doing some of these dances.
So
you
the
know,
girl
for
that
the
runs
shop.
our TikTok, shout out Elle, she's awesome. She helps out in store a lot. And She
Okay.
does a lot of like our TikTok content, and she's all about that type
Okay.
of stuff.
Yeah, so
yeah,
we
You
outsourced
got somebody.
Sure,
You got somebody to
and
do it.
to be fair, the dances that I was like doing were like bullshit.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it wasn't anything crazy. I wasn't going crazy. I just wanted to see
Yeah.
what was working, what wasn't, and you know, obviously, I took them things down because these.
Hopefully the editor can put some on screen right now.
He won't find them because they're fucking burnt.
Gone.
I threw that hard drive in the fucking
Gone.
microwave like Mr. Robot, dude.
yeah,
Never to be seen again. But I just, dude, I was so willing to do anything to just figure out what worked and what didn't, and I didn't give a fuck.
Yep.
What, like, I already knew for a fact. I was like, oh god.
Well, dude, that's the creative
People are
side
gonna
of
try me.
our brains and the content thing, and that's where you can follow. And we've all done this. We followed people who are like, man, the stuff they're doing is just like it hits square with like what I want to represent. Like, this is so good. And then a few years later, you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know, and it's all of us trying to figure out like the science of this whole thing, like that social dilemma, you know, type documentary. It's like, how do you figure this algorithm out? And before you know it, you can kind of take a step back and be like, whoa, where's my content going? And I know I saw that kind of happen with my fitness stuff at the end. And I was like, yo, I'm over this. I'm not trying to like post any cringe stuff.
No,
like,
100%. And then another thing is, to be fair, the Instagram, even the secondary one, because our first one, obviously we lost, which sucks because that was my baby. But this is my new baby, and nothing goes on the Instagram that's like that at all.
Yeah.
I was strictly using TikTok as almost like a trial and error
Test.
platform
Yeah.
Totally.
to see what works. So even with that video with like the car thing, I was like, okay, how can I maybe implement that to something more on brand and then post that on our
For sure.
Instagram, because you'll never fucking in a million years
100%.
see me dancing on fucking our Instagram ever.
I totally get it.
I think like on the creative aspect, and even just being like a small business owner, it just takes like being experimental, trying new things, taking risk. It's really what it comes down to. I mean, you're gonna fail more often than you're gonna succeed, but it's just finding out what works and keep pushing on and try these new things.
And if you don't try, you'll
You're not gonna
absolutely
know.
never
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Well, bro, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to not only film for us, but to sit down with us, talk about us, let us get a little more information on you guys. And for this last segment, before we wrap it up, if you guys want to go ahead and look into the camera, give them all your information, where to find you, all that good stuff.
I just want to say thank you guys so much as well, and I love the drive, guys. I do. You guys seem like you were just go-getters and perfect little pairing here. And I wish you guys nothing but the best and success.
Appreciate it. The
Yeah,
little
absolutely.
part was for him, right? Not for. But no, Berg Media Pro everywhere on all socials. You'll see us around locally, because we're doing a ton of work with people around here. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to, like we said, bring vertical video to the city. And kind of like what you were saying about casting a wide net, we're not trying to do that. We're trying to work with brands that have compelling storylines and
Curate, baby.
Yeah, exactly. And people that got something to say. So if you're one of those brands, we'd love to get in touch with you, work with you. But it's been a pleasure, guys. I'm glad I came in.
Of course, bro.
We got connected. I'm gonna be spending some money at the shop. That's for sure.
And last thing I will say is, where can they go and find these football mic'd up things? They want to see them.
We'll plug your guys' socials as well. Yeah.
J Colesinger _ Listen, hey, if it's not for you, it's not for you. But it'll probably hit your algorithm at some point anyway. So.
There you go.
The funny thing is, I know we're wrapping up, is that the food stuff you got going on. Is,
Yeah,
No, I was
there's
about to
something
say,
for
I
everyone.
saw you eat the what? Okay, maybe you can little segment, and then we're for
Small.
sure wrap.
Yeah, quick.
I saw you eat a fucking like massive like hot honey or some shit chicken in your car.
Yeah.
What is up with people eating in their car? Is that like a social platform thing?
Not just that, but just the sounds that the mukbang sounds.
Yeah.
The ASMR.
The ASMR
Yeah,
style?
ASMR. My friends will text me and they're like, "What the? I can't. That is awful." And I go, "Look, I hear you, but I see videos that do millions and millions of views and likes. It's like, hey, it gets people's attention. I enjoy food a lot. I like trying different things. I always have. I don't like to do it in the car at all times. It's just very simple and easy. And I think that's how it started with a lot of people. But I'll switch it up and go other places.
If you want to hear someone slurp down some sauces, go check out Jason's.
some sushi.
Hit him on TikTok, yeah.
And again, that's another one of those things. Like, they don't do well ever on my socials because my algorithm has nothing to do with that. But I like doing it, and honestly, I get I probably get more compliments about those videos from people that I see in person.
Breakdowns of packages on football schemes and shit like that.
Exactly.
It is cool though as a follower. Like, those videos crush, but we all know you got to get back to grabbing nuts on football fields. So
Exactly.
Keep doing it, dude. Actually, for someone who didn't understand it at first, I wasn't a hater or nothing. I didn't understand it. I actually fuck with it now.
I appreciate it.
Because, dude, the mic'd up shit's good, but I appreciate you guys for coming on.
Yeah, man.
Guys, make sure to check them out. Shout out XSET, Curated Heat, baby. We're out of here. Peace.
See ya.